Well, howdy, 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 y'all. Teresa here and Three Stooges. If you see, I have a couple more heads in here now. I brought this one in from outside and this one in from outside. They were outside September, and I brought them in because we were decorating for Christmas. Still have one out there. I'll tell you what we did with him in a minute. But these two are coming in here to keep this one company. I still do have my shrunken head and a bigger head up front. And then I have a couple of heads over here. I have a skull. It's a paper mache skull. It's not a real one. And then a half head. He looks like he's melting. I can't really show you him. I will someday. But anyway, that's the whole gift of that. And it's November 24th, 2016, Thursday afternoon on this beautiful Thanksgiving day. Now, if you're not into Thanksgiving and maybe you're tired of it or whatever, you don't have to watch this one. The next one after this, I will be doing just for you guys that aren't celebrating Thanksgiving, because maybe you're not in this country or maybe you're just not into it, and it will be titled, You Had Your Turkey, You Had Your Pie, Shut Up. And it'll be a non-holiday, just chit-chat, hope it's kind of funny. So if you want to just skip on this one and watch that one, I perfectly understand, and it's all great with me. So, but if you're still here, happy Thanksgiving, whether or not you celebrate it. If you're here in the United States, or maybe you're from the United States in another country, or maybe you're from this country, but you're just not really into it or not really doing it this year because you're alone or you're working or whatever. Happy Thanksgiving nonetheless. It is a beautiful day here in Florida. It is 75 degrees right now. Real feel is 77, high will be 77, the low will be 55, and I have the air conditioner on because this RV does really retain the heat. So, I have the AC on right now because, of course, we bought a ceramic heater yesterday, Don't you know? And I know I did not do my ponytail on purpose over here to the side. It's just how it happened, okay? I am not feeling too perky today, even though you probably really can't tell it, but I have the flu, and I am not feeling that hot. So just bear with me. Let me get out my cheat notebook, though. Let's see. After we went shopping and stuff, we laid down, took naps, and then Brett had to go to work. And I went outside and painted. I finished this painting, and I'm going to list it. I said I was going to list it last night on Etsy, and I didn't, but I will. It's a 8x6, and this is what it is, and this is called Trapped. And what it basically is leaves trapped underneath a pond that froze. The top of it froze real quick, and that's what this part here represents. And I don't know if you can see some of the better lights and stuff and the shimmer effects I've done on this. So, and then I did a high gloss lacquer finish to give it even more of a water aspect. But anyway, this will be for sale on Etsy. I've had some people ask me prices on my painting, and it depends on the painting and stuff. You'll just have to go into my Etsy shop to look. The link is below. I don't really do commission artwork anymore because I don't really like to. I've had a few people ask about different things, and if you give me a suggestion, if it's something that I'm so moved to do, and I'm not trying to sound snobbish or anything, but with me, with my work, and I've done a lot of commission artwork over the years, but now it's something that I have to kind of be moved to do, that I have to kind of be inspired to do. So, say you wanted me to paint, let's say, cactus, a bunch of cactus, I wouldn't be moved to do that, so I probably would not do that. So what I do is, if you have a suggestion, and if I come up with something in my mind that inspires me that I'd like to do that, I go ahead and paint it, and then I will send you a picture first to see if you were interested in it before I list it. And so, because I have a few people that have asked for a few different things, and it's like, if I'm so inspired to paint it, I will give you first option if you like it. That way you can buy it first, and if you don't, I'm not out of any time and stuff painting something that I wouldn't like anyway, or wouldn't even list, and you're not out under any obligation to buy it if it's something that you weren't really, that was not really what you had in mind. So I think it's a win-win. I'm not what they call a Xerox artist that just looks at a picture and just does it exactly from the picture. I never do that. That's just not who I am. There's some artists that do that and do beautiful work doing it. It's just not my style. So last night, I was already starting to not feel good yesterday. And, even the day before, I was in a lot of pain. And then yesterday, not as in much pain, but running a lot of fevers. Brad had been fighting the flu for a couple of days. I know it's really going around. Figured that's what I was coming down with. So I did sit and devein and peel all that shrimp. And then Brad wanted me to marinate it in some Italian dressing and just some bottled Italian dressing we like. And then I added some Mrs. Dash original. We've got the lemon and the peppers and stuff. And then I also had some lemon juice, put in a Ziploc bag, let it marinate overnight. And I also then, by the time he was getting home, just kind of around here picking up stuff, doing dishes and stuff, not feeling good. I decided I better wait till he got home, and I can still make stuff if he can bring stuff to me, and he does not mind at all. It's just a couple of steps, but so I was able to make the pumpkin cheesecake that way. And what I did was I took one of the no-bake Jello cheesecake mixes. They're like $2. And basically followed that 2 direction, except for added some pumpkin spice in with the graham cracker crust. And then did the cheesecake per normal, except for I added a little more sugar because I added a whole can of pumpkin puree to it. And it turned out very well. It was very good. Still there's a bunch left. But, so I made that for last night. Then I just sat and loomed. I did watch a funny Christmas type movie, that we really got a kick out of, or I got a kick out of, and I can't remember what the name of it is. I'll have to look it up. But it was funny. And just did a bit of looming. That painting somewhere. Because I'm still working on my friend, Scooty. This is the hood part. It's already been sewn and everything. And then I'm starting her scarf part, which will all be attached. So, yeah. I'm doing some different things with that, which is kind of a neat effect too. But it will all go together very beautifully. So, it's fun to do. And so, working on that. Somewhere. And, then today, like I said, I'm still not feeling good. Today I feel even worse, actually. And, excuse me. But we did go outside. We always go outside every morning with our coffee and the dogs. And so we decorated for Christmas. And we have 2 strings of lights. Both are LED. One is the bigger, they're probably about this big around each one, and it's almost a purple pink. And then the other strand is the warm white LED. And we have those running together. Well, what we did is we hung ornaments, the small ornaments, probably about that big, off of these lights. And then we had one of those hologram or something shimmering bows, and it's a big bow. It's like that big. It's silver, and it's got the thing where it shimmers. It's really pretty. So we hung that coming off our canopy in the middle if you're facing our RV and stuff. So it's real pretty. Then I hung that big Santa head outside. Brad put two round ornaments off of either of his ears. That's funny. And then on the head that's on the stakeouts or in a planter, he hung ornaments off of each one of his ears too. And then on the door we have a nice big red felt bow. Well, it's about medium size, probably about that big. But then it's got the two big bells and with a smaller red ribbon bow. And then then hanging down is a couple of those big golden bells. And that's all hanging on the front door. So that's real pretty and festive. And then we have our small 2-foot pre-lit tree outside. And it did come with ornaments. We didn't realize that, and a star. And then we also used another thing of small ornaments on it too to make it fuller. Put that up on the cooler, and it's all nice and pretty. It is like, to me, just enough decoration to not look gaudy, to not look overdone, but to be festive and very, I was going more of kind of a nice, elegant look. Elegant country, if you can do that, if you will. So, I'm happy with it. We have the LED, that crystal looking tree in here. We just have going all the time. I told Brad I was kind of worried about, what if it uses battery? He's like, well, we'll buy more batteries. He said, you just have that inside all the time. Going all the time. It's like, okay. Because that was kind of neat last night, because I sleep on the pull-out couch out here that makes into a bed, and yes, it got ungodly uncomfortable. But anyway, it is what it is. I turned off all the lights after I got done reading for a while. I'm pretty night looking at all the lights dancing on the RV ceiling. So, and then we had dinner. Brad grilled that shrimp outside, and I had made some baked potatoes just in the microwave. And I made that oyster dressing, and I used a box of just plain cornbread stuffing. And I used some green onions, some celery, and I pre-cooked those in the microwave. An egg. I used 2 cans of oysters. You didn't have to use 2, but we had 2, so I used 2 cans of oysters, and it called for the canned oysters. And some chicken bouillon, and some Mrs. Dash original again, and some pepper, some garlic salt. Watch how my salt used. This was a tad salty. I felt. Brad didn't feel it was. I felt it was a tad salty. And water, mixed it up or well and cooked it in the microwave. It was very good. Brad really liked it. He still prefers the sausage dressing, but since we were having seafood, this seemed to fit better. And then we had some green beans, and also, that's what we had. And then for dessert, the pumpkin cheesecake. And then we laid down, took an hour nap, because Brad had to go to work, and he's at work now. And I just plan on making these videos, probably watching a few videos if anybody put any up, and then just doing some looming. I'm going to do the dishes and stuff, of course, and pick up. But I'm going to do some looming, and then I'm going to just watch movies and stuff and try to get feeling better, because I'm just not feeling, the best in the world. So anyway, I'm sure I'll get over it in a few days. I mean, it could be worse. So, that's about all. Like I said, I already talked about what my next video is going to be like. We're done decorating. One of the things you really have to take into cost effect when you're decorating is the cost of running these lights, because it can really cost you a lot of money. Now, if you go with the LED lights, it uses a lot less power and stuff, so you can have a lot less of a bill. So that's always good. But yeah, you gotta really watch the cost of stuff. I mean, and then we'll kind of be budgeting out what else to get. I did order one of those, those expandable hoses. You see them, they're all kind of wrinkly in them when they have water in them. But we need another hose for outside because our hose is not long enough for me to water it. I explained all that with not being able to carry the buckets of water. I did order one of those. And I did order a candle topper last night. And I haven't ordered a candle topper in a really long time. And, I really, really watch what we spend. But a few of mine got broke in the move. And I like the stay on candle toppers, or this is called a candle shade. They make several different kinds, but I had some that got broke during the move. So I ordered one similar to this. This sits on, your normal candles. And I like this kind because it will fit a multiple of different candles. But I ordered one that is metal, and it actually is like the is called the brushed copper look finish to it. I really like the punch tin look, but this is just in a copper color, which I love that color. Some people call it rose gold too. And it's got the cutouts in it, like the punch tin does. And I really love that because the light, when it comes through there, is so reflective. I just like that kind of stuff. I know I'm silly, but some people collect dolls, some people collect spoons, thimbles. I don't know. I really like, and I haven't bought a new one in over a year. So, and I think it was $11 with shipping. So, Brad said it was fine. So I said, I hope you don't mind. So, I got this one here. I don't have this lit right now, of course. But, anyway, that's all we really got going on. Next will be kind of taking a stock at what I need to still make and stuff for the holidays and when to ship stuff and everything. And I'm going to have another painting to ship out to my friend Mary, and then I have this to finish from my friend. I think that'll probably be about it I got to make some gifts for grandkids and stuff still. So, all of that good stuff. So, still working on another couple of paintings. I'm not going to paint outside today, though. I'm just not up to it. So, that's what's up with that. So, anyway, I'm going to let you guys go so I can do my other video. I hope you had a great day no matter what you're doing. Remember that I love you guys, and I think you're awesome, and I do cherish your friendship so much. And if you notice, I sat down and answered comments last night. So, there you go. Alright, I will talk to you guys later. Remember to make the most of it. Bye.